Hello and welcome to my channel. I am Uncle Mijir, and from now on, I'm your favorite uncle. In this video, I'll be showing you where you can farm the Spiked Spear, which is a unique spear in Elden Ring. It is kinda like a Morning Star on a long stick that deals both pierce and strike damage, and it also has the bleed status effects built into the weapon. Nasty stuff, which is more than enough to grab your mom's attention. This weapon needs to be farmed, and the enemy that can drop it is no other than everybody's favorite, the Marionette soldiers. I'm pretty sure these guys were made by Razer because they mostly malfunction and actually work properly. You know, like our Razer's lineup. There are a few spots to farm these guys, but the spot that I'm about to show you not only works for both high level characters and new characters, but is also the best one. And it is located at the converted tower here in Liurnia of the Lakes. The process is very simple, but first I'm going to tell you what to do if you have a high level character, because it's easier to explain. And after that, I will be showing how to do with a character that just came out of the oven, along with other tips to make it easier. So if your Tarnished is not a noodle armor version, all you have to do is look northwest from the side of Grace to see a solo Marionette in the distance patrolling the area. After this Marionette dispatch, go northwest and find a small patrolling group with 3 Marionettes. 2 of them use the Spike Spear, but the third one is an archer. An annoying one, may I say. I recommend you also killing this archer because even if you manage to kill both spearmen, the archer might prove a thorn in your arse if dealing with the next spearman because it's just chilling at the end of this road. After this 4th one is a gunner, keep going south, around the small hill where the tower is located on. There are 2 Marionette archers on the water that you should just ignore them. Keep going around the hill until you reach the small wood where there are 2 Marionettes with the spears, one on each side of the road. They keep moving through the woods, but luckily the path they take are very predictable. After just a few attempts, you'll get the idea of it. Oh yeah, there's also an archer in the middle of the road to annoy you. Elden Ring. After the 2 Marionette spearmen are beyond repair, just go north, up the road, to find yourself back at the site of Grace and repeat this route until you get what you want. As you can see, it's a pretty short and easy route. Tips that I can give you for high level characters is use a big weapon that does not deal thrusting or magical damage. They are resistant to those. And infuse it with fire or flaming art affinity, whatever gives more damage to the build you're using. You can also use some fire spells like Flame Sling, Black Flame, Fire Serpent. Now I'm going to give you some tips if you have a noodle arm version, aka new character, and want to get this weapon as soon as possible. For that we are going to exploit the Marionette's main weakness, fire. Because this guide video needs to cover all starting classes, the best way to attend all of them is by using an Ash of War that deals fire damage and can be fused with fire or flaming art affinity. For that, we will be using the Flame of the Red Mains, also known as Nerf to the Ground, because not only meets the requirements, its skills will be very useful when dealing with the Marionettes. But first you need the Whetstone Knife to be able to apply skills to the Ashes of War on your weapons at a Site of Grace. So go to the gate from the ruined Site of Grace, which is located here on the map. From there head west down the road, and on the ruins on the right side there is a stair leading to a small underground room with a chest inside. Open to find a Whetstone Knife. Next, we are going to ride a lot of torrent to reach the Fort Gale North Site of Grace, which is located here in Caelid, aka Ohio. From this Site of Grace, you can see to the north a glitter trail left by an invisible scarab. It walks on a fixed path, so position yourself in a place where you'll pass through and just wait for it to come back to boink the bug in the head. Now that you have the Flame of the Red Mains, it's time to buy a more suitable weapon in the Round Table Hold. If you don't have access to it yet, just sit on a Site of Grace to be teleported by Liurnia. There I recommend you buy the Battle Axe from the Twin Maiden Husks. Even if you don't have the requirement strength, you can still use them if you choose handle them. Hero class started with this weapon, so if that's your starting class, you don't need this step. You don't need to use the Battle Axe, but I found out that it is much better than a lot of starting weapons that comes with the starting classes. Just don't use a thrusting weapon because the Marionettes are resistant to it. And if you don't have money to buy the weapon, well, I guess your character is a millennial. You can get some cash near the farm spot. Go north towards the water and throw anything on one of those balloons with marionettes hanging on it to pop it and receive a rune. Next, interact with the Cider Grace and go to the Ashes of War tab and apply the Flame of the Red Maidens on your battle axe or your weapon choice and set the affinity to fire. Now go to the Converted Tower. In case you didn't know, there is a way to reach Liurnia of the Lakes without going through Stormveil Castle. Go to the end of this collapsed bridge in Lingrave. Once there, look left to see a small patch of land that you can jump down. Get near the cliff to see a narrow passage that you can take. It will end at the lake-facing cliff Cider Grace. From there, you need to ride a bit more until you reach the Converted Tower Cider Grace. Now, the best thing you can do against these guys is get them by surprise by jumping off turn with a heavy attack. That will stagger them for enough time for you to land 2 more standard attacks to completely stun them for a riposte. Just spam attacks until they die. If you miss the heavy attack from the jump, don't spam attack then. Try land 1 normal attack and let they go full Twitter mode. Oh, sorry, X mode. What a shitty name. When they stop whining, you can follow up with 1 or 2 more attacks until they die. For the patrol group, things are going to be different. Try getting as close as you can to them, but not in their melee range. Try aligning them close to the other, and then just spam the weapon skills until nothing else is moving. Just like in PvP. In case you didn't manage to kill them all before they go haywire, just back off and approach them with caution. There will be some time lost, but it's better and faster than dying. Then get the lonely Marionette at the end of the road in the same way the first one. Jump from turns with a heavy attack, followed by standard attack spam. The approach method to the 2 Marionettes in the woods is no different because they are far apart. Get them by hitting with a heavy attack, followed by a spam of attacks. The archer may be a problem, but you can easily avoid these arrows by not standing still. After killing both spearmen, just ride back to the Cider Grace and repeat until you get the spiked spear. You might have noticed that I managed to get 2 spiked spear in just 1 run with this fresh character that has only 109 item discovered. But don't let that fool you. That was pure luck because the drop chance is the abysmal 2%. Thanks, Miyazaki. If you don't know the item discovery mechanic of this game, you can check this video that I made on the info card on the top right of the screen right now or in this video description. Just a quick note, for new characters, only several people of Foul Foot can help you at the beginning of the game, so check for the namesake chapter on that video. One last thing, you know these enemies that I'll be showing this entire time? The Marionette soldiers? Yes? Did you read the title of this video? Good. So, did you know that these guys dropped the spike spear weapon? Yes, I know. Incredible stuff. But it shouldn't be if you pay attention to the city from the beginning instead of shit post on the internet. Fraba. I'm calmer now. If an item has 2% drop rate, doesn't mean it's a guaranteed drop from your 15th attempt. Impressive, I know. Also, that's how probability works. Anyway, that is for today's video. I wish you good luck in your farm session, because farm is f***ing boring. If this video was useful to you, or at least entertaining to watch, consider leaving a like and subscription to your new favorite uncle. Don't worry kids, no pun intended. You can activate your notification bell and not be worried about being annoyed by these guide videos. You will only be notified when I release build videos for Elden Ring, which you can check on this playlist. Thank you for watching, and I hope to see you on my other videos. Take care, nephews.